right, guys, I am coming out of the building today. This is Tuesday, September, what is today, the 14th? And I'm literally the last one in the parking lot, okay? Nobody else in the parking lot, okay? I have not been able to get any videos done because I've been trying to make sure that I have everything for my class and my classroom done. And it is a lot, guys. I have to do a video on coming through this type of program. I have a supervising teacher that comes in to help me every day and give me different pieces of advice and tips. So I decided to stay late today to try to get some things done and knock some things off of that list. All right. I just wanted to let you know what was going on. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye. Hey, guys. So I'm in the car, finally. Like I just showed you, I was the last one to leave today. It's 6:30. I just got in my car at 6:30. We had to leave before 7 o'clock so that the janitorial staff can do what they need to do to clean the school without, anybody in their way. So this was a long day. Tomorrow, I want to be able to have some things done, like I said, and kind of check some things off of my list from my supervising teacher. I was able to check just a few off today based on the suggestions and considerations that she gave me. There are some highlights, and then there are some considerations or things to think about with her suggestions on how they can be accomplished. So I'm definitely trying to let her know that, number one, I do appreciate her time. I do appreciate her suggestions. Let me make sure I have this music off. And I want her to know that I'm paying attention and will utilize those tips that she's given me within the classroom. This is an 8-week session where the supervising teacher comes in every day to help you and observe and give you different considerations based on, what they observe in the classroom. So I'm just trying to get through this period. It can be a lot of pressure. I do feel overwhelmed, but I think that I'm kind of used to feeling overwhelmed just with different things that have happened in life. So I don't tend to just like break down or, have a nervous breakdown. So the way I'm trying to deal with this is like today, part of me staying late was doing some things for the classroom, but then kind of gathering my thoughts because I get some feedback from her every day, just kind of gathering that into one document, looking at the document to see what was I able to check off today in terms of making certain changes that she suggested, and then what do I need to consider moving forward, and the tips that she gave me to accomplish those things. What do I feel can work best for me? What can I handle? So like I said, it is overwhelming. I will not lie about that. This part of the process is overwhelming. You already have, and I believe this is the last phase of the process. We have a mentor that we will have for the rest of the year. So after the internship phase, we will have a mentor that we can reach out to and kind of bounce ideas off of and, gain some tips and encouragement from. I actually got an email from the teacher that we had over the summertime during all of our training, which was awesome. It was, really good to hear from her. But after the internship phase, we'll just have the mentor. This phase is 4 to 8 weeks, like I said. It's overwhelming because you already want to do well, number one. I have my own children. I know how I would want my children to be treated. I know how I would want, the teacher that has my children, to put effort in to teach, to just educate my children. So I want to do that just because that's who I am. You have, leadership at your school. Of course, you have the principal, the assistant principal. Then you have the math ILT. And then you have the reading ILT. And all 4 of those people, see not just the testing that the students take and, the progress, but they, have to observe you. So there are different times where I have to be officially observed, and then there's unofficial observations. So I have those periods of time. And then now for this internship phase, I have a supervising teacher, actually 2 supervising teachers. We just found out at the end of last week that we will have another supervising teacher. So this is a little overwhelming. And I know I keep saying that because it is, but I know that I'll get through it. I'm just trying to gather my thoughts. I'm trying to make sure, okay, for the classroom, there's like different, and you have to prioritize. So there are like different areas that I need to address. So one is the classroom itself. Of course, the classroom, should look a certain way. It should be inviting. You have to create the environment that, will help the kids want to learn, help the students want to learn. So just making sure I get that. And then based on your school or your program, if you're coming through something like the resident teacher program like I am, there may be certain things that you have to have up in your classroom. You may have to have up the standards and objectives. You may have to have up student work. You may have to have up, certain things within your classroom. I think some things are standard, like the alphabet, stuff like that. But, those things are observed and evaluated. And so I think the overwhelming part for me at this point, so we started school last week. We had school Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We started September 8th. Today is the 14th. So this is the 5th. Is today Monday or Tuesday? It's Tuesday. Today is the 5th day. My days are just like, melting into each other. So this is the 5th day of school. I never really had time to come to the classroom because we did so much training, which is great, but I never had time to just come in and just focus on the room. So like when I came to the school, at the end of August, we were doing training all day long. So I was trying to, do little things in the middle of training, or, honestly, sometimes while training, while listening. I'm sitting there on my laptop, and sitting there cutting out some things, or sitting there, writing down some things or whatever. That's the only way that I could get it done. And I wasn't able to do everything that I wanted to do. So you can see one of my previous videos with the classroom tour. So it's not finished. And then trying to just like get in the groove of like what will be best for me in my classroom. So that's the whole classroom, the physical classroom. Then it is the curriculum. So getting acclimated to the curriculum for my district. Because of the pandemic, of course, it's made everything for everybody more difficult. Trying to catch the students up from the last 18 months. Now being, physically in person. There are so many different documents that you have to access, when you're talking about lesson planning and just, trying to get acclimated to the curriculum itself. So the first few weeks of school, we're using what is called bridging documents in our district. And it's like, so I'm teaching third grade, so it's kind of going back to the fourth quarter of second grade, grabbing, some of the concepts that they may have missed, and or not, grasp because of the online learning and all of that, and kind of going back to reteach, or if they did grasp it, solidify those concepts. And so that's like another document on top of all the other curriculum documents. So you have for each subject, math, reading, social studies, science, health, a curriculum document. Then when you click on that for your grade level, there's so many links to so many other different documents. And so that, is what can be difficult when you're first starting out, because you want to, get a grasp yourself of the content areas that you're teaching. And I'm not, I'm teaching all five subjects, all five content areas, which I don't mind that. But it's just the beginning of the year, first year teacher, pressure. So, like I said, I've kind of learned over, my life how to kind of deal with certain pressures. This is a pressure, thank God, nobody in my family, is deathly ill. It's not like somebody has died. It's not like, there's something just horribly, wrong going on. So I can definitely deal with this. And I think it's, I tend to compartmentalize, mentally compartmentalize, when I have different things like this to deal with. So I think the third part, so I said the classroom, like the physical classroom, getting a grasp of the curriculum as a teacher, a first year teacher. And then I think the other thing is learning the students that are assigned to me. That is one thing. So I started out with 16 students on my roster. That went down to 15, then it went down to 14, then it went down to 13, then it went back up to 14, which I won't complain about at all, because I was kind of going for worst case scenario, trying to plan for worst case scenario. Like if I have 30 kids in my class, with the whole social distancing and all of that type of stuff. So thank God I have like half of that. So I was trying to figure out, like, how will I be able to be socially distant, in this classroom. But I have half of that. So we're able to kind of get that done. I was able to spread out the chairs. That's also in a previous video. But kind of learning their personalities. Again, they've been away for the last 18 months. For the period of time at the end of last year, I think they were able to go back hybrid in March of last year, the end of March of last year. So if some of those students, did come back on the hybrid schedule, okay, but some of them didn't. So they literally were not in school for like 18 months or more around that time. So getting them acclimated to physical classroom, they're so happy to see their friends, and all that. Classroom procedures. That's another area. Just, what are my classroom procedures going to be? Of course, they're the standard classroom procedures, which are, how to get in a line and go down the hallway, how to enter the classroom, raising your hand to answer a question. And it's like, some of the students, and this is probably everywhere, because they haven't been in the physical classroom, you have to keep on reminding them. So as part of the reminder, some of the suggestions from my supervising teacher have been to, of course, post different posts in the classroom, different pictures as a reminder for the students, to be able to, visually see certain things. So that is what I'm working on in terms of the physical classroom. anchor charts, all that type of stuff. A lot of teachers, experienced teachers, they have anchor charts from previous years and all of that. Well, starting out, I don't have any of that. So, we have to get anchor charts together, not knowing if they're going to go virtual again, because we don't know what's going to happen with the pandemic. One of the suggestions were to print out anchor charts and have them to put the anchor charts in their journals. So that's what we have done for reading, and I printed some out for math, one out for science today. So we will make sure they have their writing journal, their math journal, and we'll have to get them a science journal. I already have the composition books, thank God. Thank you to my sister who also helped me to get those. And you'll see those in one of the hauls. That was a Target haul. I think she got those from Target. So, those are some of the things, that, is kind of putting the pressure on having to turn in the lesson plans, to be scrutinized. And I don't say that in a negative way, or observed, evaluated, whatever word you want to use to describe it. We have to turn in, those things so that our supervising teacher can see, how we're planning, making sure we're on the right track and all of that. So, everything's going to be okay. I'm confident in that. I'm just trying to get through these 8 weeks, successfully. I want to do this successfully. I don't want to switch careers, come into teaching and half do it. I do want to do this successfully, for myself, as well as the students that I have been assigned. So that is it for now. I have not, been able to, I've been so busy, so I haven't been able to really do any videos. I actually have video from like the past 2 weeks that I have not edited yet. So I need to get on that too, to get these videos out to you. But thank you so much. If you have watched this video and you're still here with me, thank you so much. I didn't say this in the beginning, but to our new viewers, if you are new here at the Empty Nest Teacher channel, we say welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you have already seen a few videos on this channel before, thank you so much for coming back. We don't take any of you for granted, okay? Please hit the like button if you like this video. Please, I'm looking at a deer across the street from the school. Please hit the like button. Please share this video with other, maybe new teachers that may be going through something like the resident teacher program or a first year teacher. Please hit the subscribe button. If you want to see any of the other videos, just hit subscribe and hit the notification bell. So future videos that I upload, you will be among the first to know. All right. So again, thank you for coming to the Empty Nest Teacher channel. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.